Hey, what's going on TikTok? So I just wanted to tell you guys something. Tell you. I had a dream last night, and it was a war. I was outside, bunch of people outside, people just doing their normal regular life. It was nighttime, and the sky lit up almost as if it was on fire, and you don't see nothing until something starts to approach out of the clouds. So what came out of the clouds? It was like it looked like missiles. They weren't big. They're kind of small. And when they would come out of the clouds, it was like they just spread and stuff like that. And I'm assuming it was a missile. It could have been a meteor and stuff. It was fire coming out the back. Specifically, I remember the missiles looking, they were green, red, and white with fire coming out of the back. And now the thing is, I want to say like hellfire, and the reason I say that is because it was so many of them. Like so many of them. So many of them. They were everywhere. And the thing is, you couldn't see them until it was like they were over the clouds, and then you just see them coming out the clouds. And like I said, they were literally everywhere. And it blowing up cars and houses and people. And it was just screaming in complete and utter chaos. And people were crying and people were running and dipping and just trying to dodge. And it was crazy. And like I said, it wasn't like big explosions. It was like bunch of little explosions, but they were like, they were big enough. And I woke up and I was panting, and I was like, what the fuck? Because it seemed so real. And then I was like looking around, I was like, okay, I'm still here, I'm still alive, like there's nothing going on. And then so I ended up going back to sleep. And I went right back to sleep into the exact same dream. And I right into right where I left off. And I was just running, and then I ran back for some reason, I think to grab somebody, and it was a missile coming, and or fireball, I don't know, I think it was missiles and stuff. And then the whole time in my dream, it was just, it felt like Russia, like a Russian invasion or something. It just kept saying Russia, 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 Russia. And it wasn't like flashing saying Russia, the missiles didn't say Russia. The feeling was just Russia. And I do not know why. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But it was just, and it was like, it was almost as if it was raining fire out of the sky. It was that many fucking missiles, and they were just constant. They were just coming, just phew, phew, just like that. They come out through the clouds, and they spread out like that, and they're not going any like direct area. They're just spreading and just hitting whatever it hit. But it was so many of them, and it was so constant. The rapid fire was just so. It was just. And so many people were dying. It was just freaking. I don't even understand. I don't know why Russia had anything to do. I don't even know what Russia had to do with it, or why it had anything to do with it. It just. My dream just said Russia. It was just like Russia, but and I don't even think Russia is even green, red, and white. So I don't even know what the hell that's all about. But still, in all, it was just. The fact that I went to sleep and woke up and then went right back to sleep and went right back into where it left off, that just made it even more kind of scary. And then I woke up, when I finally did wake up, I was just like, That was one hell of a dream. Like, I don't know what that was all about or why, and it could have been something else. It didn't. Maybe it wasn't missile. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just red, white, and green. And for some reason, Russia just kept on circulating in my soul or in my mind or whatever. I don't freaking know. And yeah, it was crazy, crazy dream. But either way, I just want to share my dream with you guys. Um, Talked to my aunt, and she's very churchy. She was like, "Oh, that sounds like the end of the world and the end of times and some prophetic stuff. I don't know." And yeah, I don't know. I talk about it, and it kind of makes me a little nervous. Um, in my spirit, I feel like a little shaken and stuff. And I'm not even a spiritual person like that. I don't go to church or anything, but I just feel every time I think about it or like talk about it and stuff, I get really, really uncomfortable. So I don't know, but anyhow, that's it.